So, good afternoon everyone. Happy to be here. My name is Pascal Schubert. As you can hear, I'm French. I'm French-Dutch actually, but I prefer speaking in English to do this presentation. And that in Dutch would be a little bit hard for me. So I work for a company called The Edge. I'm a VP of Business Development for that company. For those who don't know The Edge, just quickly putting on the slide here, the solutions that we provide. So we are a technology company, French-based, headquartered out of Paris. Don't know if you see it well enough, but however, we really quickly run you through. We do CRS, website design, digital marketing, CRM, connectivity to third parties, so PMSs, OTAs, CRSs, PMSs, and so on. We have data intelligence and obviously digital marketing as well. You may know The Edge from the past, maybe. It's actually two companies that have merged together. Avepro, Fast Booking, merged together to become 2019 The Edge and all those solutions. I'm here today to show you some figures on, actually we've done a study at The Edge since the last 5-6 years on the evolution of the online distribution and the source. And so I wanted to show you some figures about that, what we have analyzed since 2019 to 2022 on indirect and direct, and then also the booking source. What we've seen basically here, we have taken an example of 5,000 hotels in Europe. We've done the same thing in APAC, because we have hotels in Europe and APAC. But for the sake of being in Amsterdam, I've only taken figures of Europe, and to show you a little bit what the evolution is since those last years. So before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and after. As you can see, about 2019, the direct, which is the booking engine, was on 23%. Indirect, everything which is OTA, wholesalers, etc., very high. During the pandemic, OTAs were no longer that much present, I would say. And hotels wanted to get more direct business to pay less commissions, obviously. So it worked pretty well. And I don't have the numbers of APAC in here, but APAC was even higher than that. And after the pandemic, so 2022, you can see that the OTAs, wholesaler, all those indirect channels have increased again because they have again started to invest money in digital marketing and things like that. And it has decreased a little bit in direct, but still, it's still nice. The good news of that is that the source, obviously, being in the Netherlands today, Booking.com is still #1 in terms of the revenue. But the good news is that your direct channel, the booking engine, is second position. Hope it's the same for you guys here in the hotel as well, but that's what we see within the hotel that we provide our solutions to. And then Expedia Group, the third position, they have suffered a lot from COVID. They dropped by 6 points. During COVID, a little bit more, but they come up a little bit. But that's the information I want to share. Now,
do you know the reasons why the direct channel increased versus 2019 so much?
I guess less visibility online, maybe less investment on hotel search like pay-per-click, etc., etc.
More walking and things like that.
And more exactly more direct calls. Yes.
Domestic travel,
Good point.
Germany tends to prefer to go direct. If you're relying on international travel, then more likely to go through Expedia, for example, and other OTAs.
Yeah, it's very important. I'm going to that as well at the end. But people call or walk into the hotel and they want this. The feeling going direct, not going
For
beyond.
us also, we create a lot of deals to attract people. Usually people of course money, get direct channel, I don't know, stay in dance, sing songs, karaoke, I don't know. To attract them to travel. So that's why we went crazy that 50% direct bookings.
I heard actually hotels saying that more and more, also MICE was increasing. I mean, saying MICE, not the big events, but small events like we're doing now, more and more because people are working from home, and once in a while they want to all come together and just book a hotel with a room and come together and spend the day there, etc. That's what I've heard in the UK recently. I don't know if it's the same here in the Netherlands. Maybe to look at. So my goal was to also give you a little bit some ideas on how to maximize the direct revenue stream. There you go. And for that, I wanted to go and dig a little bit into the guest journey. So as you can see, the guest journey, it's 4 levels, and in order to work on a, let's say, profitable acquisition strategy, if I can call it that way. There's several things that you need to look into. We're speaking about traffic acquisition, we're speaking about the website, browsing and visits. We're speaking also about the booking engine, eventually call some people that call. Do you have a system where you can see your availability, etc., your prices, and to sell it easily? So that's what I'm going to go through. First piece though is during this whole guest journey, what comes back very often, or that's major points, is the digital marketing piece. There's 4 steps. You have 3 steps where digital marketing is very important, or digital media, I should say. So from pre-targeting to search, meta search, and retargeting. I'm going to go a little bit deeper on that side, actually. If it wants to go, there you go. So on the digital media side, same thing. There's 4 pillars here. We have the pillar which is called think, search, compare, book, and I'm going to go a little deeper here. Think basically is when a customer is thinking of going somewhere, he doesn't know yet where. What we can do with what we call free targeting, so using display and social advertisement, we can put the hotel in the brain of the customer. I'm not saying I'm the best, etc., but just doing pre-targeting by having banner ads on websites that this potential guest is searching for. Amsterdam, going to a newspaper, whatever, I have a banner of your hotel there, etc. Basically, we buy content from companies that you will see just after, and then push that towards potential guests. Once he has found your hotel, he will go to other places as well, but your hotel name is in his brain. He will then try and find your hotel doing search. Here you have to invest in the right keywords to be found. And you're not the only one, because the OTAs are doing the same. So use the right keywords to be found and to be there, and so that the customer finds your website. Third piece, compare. Most of the people will compare the prices. They will look at you, they will go to hotel ads, Trivago, TripAdvisor, whatsoever. Make sure to be there so that you can compete with those that represent you there already. TripAdvisor is on Google Hotel Ads. Booking.com is on Google Hotel Ads. Why aren't you? You should be playing on the same level to make sure that we are competing not against each other, but I have to be there. And then finally, we can do still some display and social advertising by retargeting, just knowing that the person has visited your website. Just do a nice little push saying, you know, I've seen that you visit my website. If you book direct, I give you a 5% discount with this code, whatsoever. Very interesting pieces here, some let's say, statistics that we have seen at the edge is that by using display and social marketing, so pre-targeting and retargeting, we've seen a return on investment of times 12, which is really great. I mean, make sure that they find you, that they know where you are, and they come directly to you. So here is the example of a banner advertisement. So we work obviously with Facebook, Instagram. We don't do the social, but we can bring you on there. We use AdRow, Criteo, and Sojourn in terms of content to then push that towards customers. When it comes to, I'm too far away maybe. When it comes to search marketing, so brand protection mainly, we see a return on investment times 15. So make sure that you protect your brand. The OTAs, I'm not naming names, but are using your brand to put themselves up front. You should be there as well, right? Because obviously people will click, they will see your name, they've seen it thanks to the pre-targeting that you've done. They will click on your name rather than maybe on the booking.com, etc. Even though you have to be there and use those guys as well. Do not only invest in Google, there's other ones, right? Yahoo, Yandex, we're showing you not today, but Bing ads, Baidu, etc. Just taking Bing ads, for example, they still represent 6% of research. It's pretty, I mean, it's still something, right? So make sure to be there as well, doing it yourself or with some companies. There are lots of companies that can help you with that. When it comes to meta search marketing, a return on investment 12 times. So invest 100 euros, you get 1,200 back. It's not innocent, right? Make sure that you compete with your with those that resell you as well. You have on Booking, you have Hotels.com, you have your website, etc., etc. Make sure that you're there as well, so that you work on the same grounds. And in here, going a little deeper, actually, I don't know if you have heard of the Google free booking link. Are you guys familiar with that? Bas, I guess you are. Everybody is using that, I hope, as well. The free booking links, some statistics, just for those who do not necessarily know what it is. You have 2 sections within the Google Hotel Ads, right? So you have the pay ads, where you can work on pay-per-click or on CPA, so cost per acquisition, on commission based. And then Google has come up with this new feature which they call the free booking links, which is just below you have all options and there you have all the other guys again. So you can be visible twice. This is an example of Tsuba. Here it's paid ads and here it's free. So when I click here and make a booking, no commission, I don't pay pay-per-click. Make sure that your provider, your booking engine provider, etc., puts you on there so that you can compete with those that represent you as well. Make it as equal, so we play on the same grounds. Some facts on that side here. What we've seen, since they have put that in place, we have seen that the Google Hotel ads, the reservations that come from there represent 34% of revenue. It's not, it's pretty much, right? I mean, who doesn't want to take that? You don't pay for anything, it comes automatically. When it comes to, I think I added this slide actually, yes I did. I just wanted to also show you the conversion ratio of the different things that Google, because nowadays Google is of course the big winner. You still have some other ones, I say well, Bing, etc. But Google is the big one, then you have TripAdvisor, Trivago that are way behind. Google is definitely the big one. Then you have to be on Google because everybody goes there. But just to give you an idea, in terms of conversion, Google Ads represents more or less 1%. Google Hotel Ads, so paid links only, today what we see in 2022 is 4.10, and the free links is 3.66 conversion ratio. So it's pretty high. Make sure to be there to take advantage and to generate direct reservations. The goal is to generate direct reservations and optimize your revenue.
Oscar, can I ask you?
Sure.
So the difference between Google Ads and Google
So go back. Yes.
Google Hotel Ads.
This is search if you want, right? And this is on the site. This is the meta search.
This is yeah.
Okay.
What I never like is that they almost use the same words for it.
Yeah, it's confusing for everyone. Sometimes me included, I get mixed up sometimes. But yeah, this is the Google AdWords. So the search, obviously, then there's more stuff to do, which you will see when I go on with my presentation. But one last piece here that I wanted to highlight as well. We've seen that most of the, or very lots of the bookings that come via the free booking links are made via mobile. Make sure that you work on mobile, that you have mobile first development, that your booking engine can adapt to mobile, etc. Because as said, we all have minimum one phone. Very often those that are on business 2 phones, and we all spend our times on phones. I'm not saying we're booking necessarily on phones, but we all are on our phones. At home, we saw something, maybe we go on a desktop to see bigger images and nicer, but we may book via the phone because it's easy and fast. So make sure that you are on mobile as well. There you go. So a win-win. Be there. Make sure to be there and to take advantage of it and compete where you can compete. Second piece within the guest journey, what I wanted to highlight is of course the consideration and the purchase with hotel website browsing and hotel website visits. How can you optimize and maximize that piece? Why? Because once again, I'm going to go faster here. Once. I should go that way. Come on, be nice with me. There you go. Some website SEO trends that I wanted to share with you that we see. So we at the end we also propose SEO services, but the 4 things that I'm going to go a little bit deeper into is the user experience is becoming more and more important. Obviously, you see, content is always king. Queries are becoming more and more conversational. Right? People will ask more questions than just regular keywords. Hotel 4-star answer. No, they go more into hotel boutique, hotel 4-star next to whatever, etc., etc. And then the reinforcement of rich snippets. Just coming back to that piece, 70% of traffic comes from mobile today. So again, make sure to be on mobile and to take advantage of that, because if you're not, you may be missing out. 70% is not a low number indeed. So content is always king. What is important is that you create on the website, and I'm sure Thomas is going to agree with me, you need to have this nice images, this wow effect. Why? Because it's very quickly. If you don't have a wow effect, if you show your garage on a hotel website, the customer is not going to stay on the website. You want the customer to stay on the website as long as possible. So content, high level quality content is very important, and Google will take that into account as well. If you change your content as well, the keywords, for example, minimum 350 per page, with the right keywords, with the right information. Don't speak about something that is not true. Google will also know, I've seen Google, but the others as well, will also know that and will penalize you. So make sure that you put the right pieces in there. And then of course 1 page equals 1 query for Google. So make sure that this is all updated. When it comes to content optimization, obviously, as just mentioned, choose the relevant keywords. 1 main keyword per page. Don't put 3 because you have to understand that a Google or any other search engine, they have boxes, right? They have their robots that come to your website, they see the keywords, pick them up, and then they store you somewhere in their service. If you put 3, 4 keywords, he doesn't really know where to store you. So you may be ending up at the end. So 1 keyword per page. Of course, geographic location, important. Tell the people where you are. You can use for that, of course, as well. Tools, Google Suggest tools or Google Trends, add keywords. Stupid thing, but keywords in the page titles and in the meta descriptions, etc. We still see nowadays hotels that do not necessarily add their keywords of the hotel or the location whatsoever in those, well, we say in French, béaba, I don't know how I say that in English, but that's the most known and it's crucial to do it. It's not as important, but it's still important. And it's easy to do. As mentioned, queries are becoming more and more conversational. Said, the more text you put in your website, so over 350 words per page, will help Google to put you in those things when people ask questions that you come up. If you don't put it in there, Google will not know, or the search engine will not know, and will not be able to put that and respond to that question that a potential customer is asking. The strengthening of rich snippets in page result, very important. This is SEO stuff that goes in the back. I'm not going to go deeper in that because I'm not a developer. But however, it will help you to respond again to questions, and it's all this what you see below. So you have to add that in your coding, let's call it that way, and it gives information about the stars, the average pricing, the reviews, etc., which can make the reservation or the person to go to your website and then go further and have this wow effect that you have created. And then, of course, where we're going is then how to keep the visitors on your website, reassure and engage, and then of course you can create opportunities. So reassure and engage. As mentioned earlier, the wow effect. Why a wow effect? You have a little less than 3 seconds to convince someone to stay on the page, to continue the surfing. If you don't have this wow effect, say, wow, this is a nice hotel, I love the rooms, I love this, whatever. There you go. Okay, so it's really like that. So make sure that you create this wow effect on your website and make it as easy as possible. When we go into the website then, so what we have seen obviously, the expected information that people that come on your website are waiting for to find quickly and easily are those 4 pieces here. The rooms, description and services, contact, there's still people calling, and if you don't find your phone or your email address, well, you're losing out. And then of course access to reviews. Why? Because again, people watch the reviews. Andre will discuss that later on, so I'm not going to hijack that discussion. But yeah, reviews is also very important. Finally, on the homepage, to continue on that side, create a streamlined workflow. So on the navigation, for example, 7 menus maximum, not more. It's like when you go to a restaurant. You have a card of the restaurant and there's tons of things. Oh gosh, you don't know what to choose. Same thing on the website. Make it precise, clear title, organized content, 1 page per topic, etc. Create links between each other that make sense, of course, just to make sure that it's smooth and easy and that the customer or the potential guest finds his way through it and is happy to surf your website. Actually, that's the goal. Best price policy, of course, put up front that when he books directly, he gets the best price. You can even add a dedicated page to your offers. Well, of course, explain your policy that makes sense. What you're showing there, telling that it's a non-refundable or whatsoever price, but that they are aware. Not cheating on what you're showing, obviously. Create a dedicated special offer page where they can go to and make it clear for them so that they see what they're booking with everything in there and they can book quickly. Right? Teasers on homepage, etc. And finally, then, best location proof. People want to know where they're going. I don't know Amsterdam that much, so if you tell me where I have to go, put your points of interest, you can eventually also then create upsell opportunities with partners that you may have, buses, tours on the river, etc., etc. So it's very important. Those pieces for people that don't know is very helpful and reassures them. Now we have gone through all those steps. The most important one, of course, is the purchasing. I've gone to your website, I found you on the internet, etc. Now you want them to book via online or via offline, as mentioned, telephone or walk-ins. How do you optimize those pieces? A recent study that was released by H2C, a German consulting company, well, basically what they say is that 60% of reservations are made online, and then a little bit more than 40 is offline. And 40 they say, well, offline, clustered call center and GDS, they add GDS in offline. Not sure if that's really offline, but however. It's important to see that offline is still very important, but obviously your website and your booking engine is also a very important piece. So make sure that your booking engine on your website is the extension, so that your customer doesn't have the impression to go somewhere else. You have colors, keep the same colors on your booking engine. Images, etc. It has to be the same thing. Responsive is good to have. On the booking engine, best is to have a mobile first approach. So a desktop version and a mobile first approach, I would say. Why? Because yet again, 70% of your researches are done via mobile. So if you don't have a mobile booking engine, or that's responsive, which is the minimum, you lose out, and they may go somewhere else. They may go to our friend's booking, to Agoda, to whatever. So be sure to also respond to that need. Create targeted packages and promotion, push upsell, think loyalty. That came up a little bit earlier. Depend, of course, on the size of your hotel, but loyalty can be also a good point, right? Making sure that you know your customers that are coming, instead of asking, is it your first time, or is this my 10th time that I'm coming? After a while, people can become upset. And then obviously, elevate the payment experience. What does that mean? Via mobile or your booking engine, make sure that the people can book and pay, because they're getting used to it. As Olivier said, people want to pay now, so be able to send out payment links, be able to accept everything that they may have, because nowadays it's not only Visa, MasterCard and Amex, or Diners whatsoever, it's also Google Pay, Apple Pay, etc. Make sure that you can accept those payments when they are in the last step in the booking funnel, to make sure that you convert and that the people stay and book with you. When it comes to offline, manage the offline channel as you do manage your online channel. It's a very important channel. It represents still something like 40%. So make sure that the people in your hotel, we spoke about communication, but make sure that they have a view on what's going on in the hotel, the prices, the rooms, the rates, the offers, how they can play, can they give a discount when someone's on the phone, how much, etc. It's just a factor of communication. So real-time updates, I think it's crucial, of course, with CRS and PMS that are well connected to each other. You are up to date with everything that you can offer. It will allow you to do cross-sell and upsell. If you have several hotels, one of them is fully booked for that night, sell into the other one. So speaking, etc. Secure payments, same thing. Links, send out the links so that the person can pay, because on the phone nowadays people will not give you their credit card details anymore, normally. And then of course it's all this is simplicity for your teams. What I wanted to highlight, we've read something not long ago that 20% of the calls to a hotel are not responded, and that 10% out of those calls were for booking. So that's a lot. How much maybe was represented, but make sure that your people at the desk or the reception, etc., are informed of what they can sell, how much they can sell it, and that you have all the same strategy. Because obviously, a direct reservation is cheaper than an OTA or GDS reservation. So best is to take advantage of it. Almost done. But the key takeaways of all this presentation, I guess, I know you're going to share this with the people in this room, but mainly. Things that we can keep in mind is that the direct channel, so your booking engine, is the second channel nowadays still, and that's good news. The OTAs are recovering from the COVID, so they're back on track and increasing and bringing the reservation. And you should use them. Actually, I'm not saying don't use them, but use them intelligently. Difficult word. Booking.com still number one in terms of distribution. Expedia has suffered, obviously. Digital media, very important within the guest journey. Make sure that you're working on the digital media, doing pre-targeting, search, meta search, etc. Doing one is good. Doing all of them is even better because it's a whole cycle. Optimize your website and customer journey by adapting the SEO trends, obviously. Again, 70% of the traffic comes from mobile. 2.6 seconds when someone comes on your website to convince them to stay on your website. coming is maybe easy, but then staying on that and ending up in the funnel, that's the work of the website, CRSs, just to create this interest and to go to the booking funnel. 34% revenue is generated via Google Hotel Ads free booking. Make sure that you have a partner that can put you on the Google Hotel Ads and take advantage of this. And then again, offline is important as online. Make sure that you have, well, people are aware of how they can sell when they have someone that walks in or that is on the phone. Maybe there are solutions. You have CROs, you have your PMS, etc. Make sure that everybody has access to that information that they can sell your hotel. Because again, I think the offline and direct channel is of course the most important for a hotel. So make sure that everybody is aware and that the whole company knows that is the best one. And I think it was my last one. Any questions, Monsieur Dan?